Hello students, I am Vipul Mittal. In this session, I will discuss accounting for hosting arrangement that is a service contract. Now, what is a hosting arrangement? Actually, we are talking about cloud computing arrangement. In a hosting arrangement, you get access to software on vendor's platform, on third party server. You do not have possession of the software, but you can access the software. So you initially do not have possession of the software, but you can access the software, you can use the software. That is a hosting arrangement. Now, a hosting arrangement may be classified as a service contract. So hosting arrangement that is a service contract and one that is not a service contract. In case of a hosting arrangement that is not a service contract, accounting is different. But when do you consider a hosting arrangement a service contract? When do you consider a hosting arrangement not a service contract? You consider a hosting arrangement not a service contract when you have the right to take possession of the software. You do not have the software initially, you do not have the possession of the software initially, but you have the right to take possession of the software at any time during the hosting period. So you have the right to take possession of the software. At any time during the hosting period. So if the hosting period is 5 years, you can take the possession of the software in time during that 5 year period without significant penalties. It is not that you can take the possession of the software, but you have to make a payment of $20,000. Not like that. Where you do not have the possession of the software, but you have the right to take the possession of the software. So you get into a hosting arrangement and you have the right to take the possession of the software. And you can run the software on your own, or you can run the software on any other vendor's hardware. So you can run the software on your own hardware, or you can run the software on another vendor's server, but you can run the software. You don't need that vendor who is providing you the hosting arrangement. For example, you get into a hosting arrangement with vendor A. And under the arrangement, you have the right to take the possession of the software. You currently do not have the possession of the software. You have right to access. So you access the software and you can use the software, but you do not have the software right now. You do not have the possession of the software right now. But you have the right to take the possession of the software at any time during the hosting period. Hosting period is 7 years. You can take the possession of the software anytime during 7 year period. And you don't have to make any significant payment. So it does not involve any significant penalties. If you have to pay any nominal amount to take possession of the software, that's okay. But no significant amount or no significant penalty. And also, when you take the possession, you can run that software on your own hardware, or you can contract with any other vendor to host the software. Let's say vendor B, and you can run the software on vendor B's server and use the software. So if you have a right to take possession of the software and you can run the software either on your own hardware or you can contract with any other vendor to host the software, then this hosting arrangement is not a service contract. Otherwise, it is a service contract. And if it is a service contract, what you have to do? Let's see. In a hosting arrangement that is a service contract, the fees associated with the hosting element of the arrangement are expensed as incurred. So fees that is associated with the hosting arrangement are expensed, and certain implementation costs are capitalized. So certain implementation cost, setup cost that you pay to the vendor, upfront cost that you pay to the vendor, those are capitalized. All right. Now, what about the costs that are capitalized? They are amortized. They are amortized over the hosting period. So if the period of hosting arrangement is 7 years, then you amortize this cost over the hosting period, that is 7 years. So whatever is the term of the hosting arrangement, if the term is 9 years, amortize the cost capitalized over 9 year period. For example, you capitalized $15,000 and the hosting term is 10 years. So annual amortization is $1,500. This is annual amortization expense. You amortize $1,500 every year. All right, students. I hope this was helpful. We'll connect again. Take care.